Welcome to our Global Women's Empowerment session again with Ubah, Madu, and I. We are so excited over the months of this last year at the end of 2021 into 2022, we've been sharing women empowerment episodes with you. And it has really just been very exciting as we have been sharing some of the things to help you grow, to move forward as women, how to feel empowered, changes that you can make to your life. We've been talking about women that live in Africa, women that live on other continents as well as women that live in America. And I'm so excited that we have this opportunity to share together. It's been just wonderful for me getting to know Iffy. She and I have become like sisters as we have been doing this series together, and she's going to be on today. I want to begin by just reading something to you. It says, there will always be issues, problems, and situations that will come your way. Learn to see everything as an opportunity. Realize that if you never try to rise above whatever you may be encountering at that time, you will never know what you are capable of, and you probably will not arrive at your destination. You can choose to be victorious. Let me say that again. You can choose to be victorious. It may be hard. I want you to understand that today. It may take time, but you can win. I just love sharing things with others to help you move forward, where you just get up and you feel inspired to get moving with your life. And then lastly, we must learn to make wise decisions. Everything comes down to what we choose. Some choices will take us down a long, hard road. Other choices will lead us to success or elevate us to another level in our life or our financial status. However, I believe that all choices should help to make you wiser and supply you with the tools that you need to make the right decisions when dealing with situations in your life. The easy decision, hear me today, is not always the best decision. Oh, I'm so excited about our show that we're going to share with you on today. Iffy and I am coming to you live, if I can talk today, from my home office here. I'm in my office at home. And so I'm feeling so just blessed today to be able to share with you. I want you to know that you can view the shows later on television if you have Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. You can go out and add LV Network as a channel, and you'll be able to look at the Global Women's Empowerment Network and view all of the shows. Also, if you are on YouTube, then you can go to YouTube and you can see us under Meriwether Global LV Network, and you'll be able to see us live today if you want to share that with others. I can't even tell you how blessed I feel when I have the opportunity with Iffy, a movie star. Yeah, y'all better hear me, where that will come on and she will take from her schedule and share with us. I'm on today, we'll be sharing about time management and managing your time well. I was telling Iffy as we were talking in the back studio before we were preparing to come on that a lot of times, because we don't plan properly, we fail. And so you have to learn how to manage your skills. And then we want to talk about not giving up, and then just some basic information about what women's empowerment is. So without further ado, let me bring in Iffy Ubah Madu, and she is going to share with you. Listen, Iffy is a movie star there in Nigeria and there in Africa, as well as around the world. She has movies and shows that are out right now. So I'm so excited and elated that she's on with me today and that she will be able to share with you as we are going forward. I hear a little back feed, and I don't know what that is, but we're going to go ahead on with the show. I just want to welcome everyone. I'm glad that you're here and you're choosing to spend this time with Iffy and I. You know, it's a wonderful thing where we can focus on and dedicate some time to talking about women's empowerment. I don't know if there is a back feed on a mic or something, but it sounds like there's back feed from a mic or something. So at this time, we're going to have Iffy to share some comments with you. Oh, Iffy, I'm glad to see you. Can you hear me? Well, okay. Can you hear me, Iffy? As I mentioned, before, I'm glad that you're here with us. If you're here today, we would love to connect with you. We have a Purpose Global Women's Network that you can sign up and connect. We have a group that you can connect with where you can begin to receive all of this positive information that will help you
Yes,
to
I
grow,
can.
that will help you to help others. We're just excited about the things and how it's
I
moving
can.
forward. It seems to be taking
Yeah,
on
good evening,
form of
everyone.
itself. So, Iffy, are you ready? We're going to give Iffy a chance. I'm going to take her out and she's going to come back on in a minute. We're going to go ahead and we're going to begin to talk about time management skills. All righty. I know sometimes you can feel stressed out because I'm in that part with you sometimes. I can feel stressed out. It seems like it's way too much work to do, too many responsibilities. As time passes, you feel overwhelmed. And a lot of times things fall through the crack or they don't get done. And so I am trying in my lifetime to be the ultimate time manager. Now it's a work in progress. I can look back several years before and I can tell you that I'm doing a lot better, but I'm not quite there yet. Listen, the trick is to organize your task and use your time effectively to get more things done each day, because this can help you to lower your stress levels and improve your productivity both at home and at work. Time management skills, hear me, they take time to develop and will look different for each person. Finding what works for you may not be what works for me, but it does not mean that's not the way that your schedule needs to go. The key is making up a schedule that works for you and your life. Oh, I think Iffy is back. I'm going to add her to the stream where she can share some with you. Okay, well, let's get right back to our time management skills here. First, delegate tasks. It is common for all of us to take one on more tasks, if I can share here today, than we are capable of completing. This can often result in stress and burnout. Delegation does not mean you are running away from your responsibilities, but you are instead learning proper management of your task. Listen, this will not only free up time for you, but it will help your team members feel like an integral part of the work puzzle. It will make your family feel like an integral part of making things work in the home. Then we have to learn how to prioritize our work. Yeah, a lot of times some things that we are giving priority is not the priority. Before the start of the day, make a list of the tasks that need your immediate attention. Unimportant tasks can consume much of your precious time, and we tend to offer too much time sometimes to these things that are not essential, that are not a priority for that day, and they could have been put off until a couple of days later or at a different time. And then some of them, they never should have been put on your list for things to even manage. So, as we are moving ahead here, I'm looking at my notes. I always make notes before I come on because there's certain things that I want to cover and I want to make sure that I cover them with you. Create a schedule. Carry a planner or a notebook or on your tablet. I have mine on my tablet, and I'm trying to train myself how to effectively use it. I'm from old school, and so I'm used to just writing on pen and paper, and I have papers and pens and stuff everywhere. But I have all these elaborate tablets and things, and I need to start taking advantage and using them properly. This makes your life easier when you use the tools that you have. So to better manage your time, you may think of making three lists. The first list is work. Well, the first list is home. I always do my home first because my family is important to me. Then I do my personal list, and then I do my work and project list. So that is something that you need to get in the habit of doing so that you can help keep yourself your time effectively managed. Then set up deadlines. When you have a task at hand, set a realistic deadline and stick to it. Once you set a deadline, it may be helpful to write it on a sticky note and put it near your workspace. This will give you a visual cue to keep you on task. Listen, I have been trying to get really busy with the sticky notes because I have so many things that are coming up. And so I've ordered this big, huge board that I'm going to manage out my hours of the days and time so I can get everything fully organized. Now, I do a pretty good job because I set short term, mid range, long term goals, and I have my day pretty much planned out when I do my list, but I can still do better. And then here's one of the things that we always suffer with: procrastination. Procrastination is one of those things that has a negative effect on productivity. Hear me on today. It can result in wasting essential time and energy. It can be a major problem for you, and it'll hold you back from succeeding in your career and your personal life. I'm going to add Iffy back to the discussion at this time. I was just sharing with them about time management, and I think it's so important that they learn how to manage their schedule. I told them I'm in the process of doing a better job with that. As things are expanding and growing, you have to reassess, and you have to, kind of prioritize what's important. And I also told them that every day I make three different lists. The first one is my home, because that's my family and what's most important to me. And then I do my personal list, and then I do my work list. And I do that when I first get up so that I know what the priority is for that day. I've tried to do it the day before, but a lot of times when you wake up, other things come into play. And so I've been doing that effectively in the morning time. What about you, Iffy?
Yeah, well, whatever works for you, whether you want to do it in the before you go to, or first thing in the morning when you wake up. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on your schedule or how encoded you might be, especially for nursing mothers, yeah, by
Mm-hmm.
bedtime, yeah, really a bit tired from, I think, taking care of the kids. And so perhaps morning time might be okay, but it's important that we journal things. We have a list, and then we don't just write a list that is now so cumbersome
Mm-hmm.
to achieve
Mm-hmm.
in 20
I agree with you. A lot of times we can put so many things on the list that is no longer a
hours.
prioritized list.
Realistic. All the time, make
Yeah.
your list realistic. Don't put many things on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certainly, you should make it a priority. If it's work, if it's picking the kids from school, if it's reading, if it's having a 1 hour lecture on maybe a course you're trying to take online, or going
Mm-hmm.
to school, taking an extra course, or volunteering. Because at times you need to schedule the time you do each thing so you don't get worn out. Remember, you need to be filled before you could fill others. So you need to prioritize your time. It's important to do things in different places, but still have the time, that quality time for yourself to refill and also do other things you need to do, then you feel that you're achieving a lot of things. And when you do that, we have the right hormones coming to you and you feel happier. And that's one
Mm-hmm.
cure for depression and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
When you can lot of things off your list.
Yes, I agree with you
To complete
wholeheartedly.
the remaining parts of the documentary I've been working on since or July thereabout. So and I felt so happy. In fact I had effort to I had to put in a lot of effort to feel like eating because I
Mm-hmm.
felt filled up. I felt really happy. Felt really fulfilled
Mm-hmm.
to achieve such, because it would take me waking up a bit early and like going somewhere a bit out of my environment, and I was able to do that. So these are the things you it helps anymore when you have a lot of things on your list. Either you do it the night before or you do it first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But most people will encourage you to do it the night before so that you get
Yes.
rested.
Well, for me, I have found that it goes much better when I do it in the morning. I feel more in control of my day, like I can accomplish things and get them done. I check them off the list. Now, are there some things falling through the cracks? I'm sure we all say yes, there are, and I'm trying to get better with those things. But a lot of times with prioritizing, you really discover that there are other things that you really don't have to be like hands on. You can change the process of that, still accomplish the same goal, but almost like delegated. I'll use, for instance, like the television network. Okay. There are some shows that I was making sure that I was there, filming through the whole process, listening to them, going through the whole thing. And then I discovered, hey, no, I don't have to do that. You can film it. I can go and download it, upload it to the network, get the tech person uploaded to the network. And that's some things that are taken away from me that I no longer have to do, that I've reassigned to others that they can do. That's a part of the team. And the thing that I love is I'm discovering as I'm delegating, they're feeling more essential and more important in the process. So through this empowerment journey that we've been on here for over a year now, I would say it's important that we allow others to help us when we're trying to prioritize. I guess delegation is I guess what I'm talking about. Iffy. So what we're gonna do
Okay.
for
Well,
those that
I don't
okay,
actively get it.
can you hear me? Okay. What we're gonna do is for
Yes, I
those
can. I
that
can talk
cannot.
for two
Okay.
sentences.
Okay. What we're going to do, I'm gonna go over a few more of these
Yeah.
things. Yes, go ahead, Iffy. Okay. So I'm going to just cover a couple of more things, and then if it maybe it may be better. I'm not as great as doing some of the other platforms as bringing guests in, but I'm going to when we I'm going to close this out in a minute, and we are going to attempt to maybe just come up right on the live. I really like to have our women's empowerment logo at the bottom because we always share it on the television network. So it's important that we have that information on there. But I'm going to log off of here in a few minutes. I'm going to give you a few more time management skills, and then we're going to come on live and we're going to talk to you. So I guess if the way to do it is, if you're better at just coming on the live, you can invite me into the studio with you, or I can do it and invite you into the studio to come on with me. So we'll try it and see what happens. Um, I'm going to cover just a couple of more things, and then you can tune in and you'll be able to see Iffy and I as we continue to talk about women's empowerment on today. So let me just cover a couple of other things and then we'll go to the live. Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is one of the things that has a negative effect on productivity. It can result in wasting time, essential time, and energy. We covered that. You want to avoid procrastination. Then deal with stress wisely. Getting outside, exercising, practicing meditation, maybe talking to a family friend or someone you haven't spoken to in a long time, or your close friend, your sister girl. I understand. Participating in your favorite hobby. I really like to write. I think a lot of the things I do, they're just like indoors. I'm finding I'm really, really a homebody. But I do like reading. I do like writing. Right now, I have about 5 or 6 books that are in the process, but that is my way of releasing stress. Also, sharing something that will help someone in their life. Listening to music. You guys know I love music. I'm a singer, so I love music. I like listening to different podcasts. I like listening to others to grow. If you can't grow, then you won't be able to be successful at what you're trying to do. Avoid multitasking, meaning too many tasks. It's not meaning that you can't do more than one task at a time, but you can do too many tasks. And when you do too many tasks, nothing gets completed. Then start early. Most successful people, they have one thing in common. They start their day early. And so it gives them time to sit, to think, to plan their day. When you get up early, you're more calm, you're more creative, you're more clear headed. As the day progresses, your energy level starts going down, which affects your productivity. So it's so important that you take advantage of getting up early. Then take regular breaks, not the breaks where you sit at the computer or you sit at your desk and you eat a pack of crackers and you drink some water or some juice, and you sit there and you continue to work. No, get up and walk away from that task. That way you'll feel, for me, I feel rejuvenated. I feel ready to go, ready to take on that next task. And so I encourage you to do that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to prepare to close out from this session. And then Iffy and I, we're going to come back on Facebook Live, where we're live now on Facebook, but we're going to come just on their platform, so that we're in the studio right now. We're going to come on their platform, and hopefully that will make it easier and better for us to share, because Iffy is in Africa and I am here in America. So I thank the Lord for our partnership and us helping to empower women around the world. Until next time, I want you to continue to be blessed. And I want you, if you're listening in today, to get up and get going with your life.